When we look up at the night sky, we are conditioned to see a crowded, chaotic and vibrant universe. An endless, sprawling canvas painted with the light of 1 trillion burning stars, colliding galaxies and infinitely complex webs of cosmic dust. We are taught that space, while unimaginably vast, is filled to the brim with matter. Every dark patch of the sky is simply waiting for a powerful enough telescope to reveal thousands of distant worlds hiding in the shadows. The universe is loud. The universe is full. But there is a place in the deep cosmos that breaks this rule. A place that astronomers still struggle to explain. A missing piece of reality. If you point a telescope 700 million light-years away from Earth toward the constellation of Boötes, the lights just stop. You won't find a supermassive black hole. You won't find a dense, opaque cloud of dark matter blocking our view. You will find a 330 million light-year expanse of absolute, freezing, terrifying nothingness. Welcome to the Boötes Void. And the most unsettling part isn't just that it's completely empty. The most terrifying part is that, according to the fundamental laws of physics, it shouldn't exist at all. To understand the sheer existential panic this void caused when it was first discovered in 1981 by astronomer Robert Kirshner, you have to understand the architecture of the cosmos. Space isn't random. Gravity forces galaxies to clump together into massive glowing filaments. We call this the cosmic web. It looks shockingly similar to the neural pathways of a human brain. And between these glowing threads, there are naturally occurring empty spaces, known as standard voids. It is like looking at a cosmic sponge. But standard voids are relatively small. The Boötes Void is a leviathan. It is a spherical scar so impossibly large that it makes up nearly 0.25% of the entire observable universe. Let me put the mathematics into perspective. Based on the average density of the cosmos, a space this massive should contain over 10,000 large, active galaxies. 10,000 sprawling hubs of billions of stars and planets. Do you know how many we have found hiding inside the Boötes Void? Barely 60. Numbers in the millions and billions are hard for the human brain to process. So, let's make the horror deeply personal. Imagine the profound isolation on a human level. If our Earth, our Sun, and our entire Milky Way galaxy had been placed dead in the geographical center of the Boötes Void, our night sky would be completely, suffocatingly black. Without the faint glow of neighboring stars and distant galaxies, we wouldn't have even known that the rest of the universe existed until the invention of highly advanced deep space radio telescopes in the 1960s. We would have spent our entire human history, every empire, every war, every philosopher, and every scientific revolution, believing with absolute certainty that we were entirely alone, trapped inside an endless, dark box. The 60 faint galaxies that do exist inside this void are so incredibly isolated from one another that astrophysicists refer to them as Ghost Galaxies. They are the loneliest objects in creation. So how does a dead zone of this incomprehensible magnitude form? This is where our understanding of physics completely breaks down. Our universe is roughly 13.8 billion years old. That sounds like an eternity, but on a cosmic scale, things move slowly. It simply isn't enough time for a hole this massive to clear itself out naturally. Galaxies don't just move out of the way overnight. If the universe started expanding at the Big Bang, a void of this size would require billions of years more time than the universe has actually existed to form. Mainstream science has scrambled for answers. Some astrophysicists suggest the soap bubble theory. They believe that millions of years ago, smaller, normal-sized voids collided and merged together, forming one massive supervoid. Others point to the mysterious force of dark energy, suggesting an unusually concentrated pocket of this invisible force literally pushed the surrounding galaxies away, sweeping the region clean like a cosmic snowplow. But even these theories struggle to explain the sheer, perfect, spherical shape of the emptiness. Which brings us to the final theory. A theory that bridges the gap between natural astrophysics and an existential nightmare. What if the Boötes Void isn't empty at all? What if the 10,000 missing galaxies are still sitting exactly where they belong, but we just can't see their light? Enter the Kardashev Scale. This is a method used by scientists to measure a theoretical civilization's level of technological advancement. A Type 3 civilization is an alien species so unfathomably old and advanced that they can harness the energy of entire galaxies. To power their infinite empire, they would build Dyson shells, massive artificial megastructures that completely enclose a star, harvesting 100% of its solar energy, and entirely trapping its light inside. A fringe group of theoretical physicists have quietly suggested a chilling possibility. The Boötes Void might not be a natural occurrence. It might be an expanding empire. A super predator civilization that has been systematically consuming star system after star system for billions of years, blanketing 330 million light-years in an artificial, engineered blackout. It looks perfectly spherical, and it looks completely empty to our telescopes, simply because something in the dark has purposefully turned the lights off. Now, the vast majority of mainstream science rejects this idea. Logic tells us that the Boötes Void is likely a bizarre yet natural anomaly of extreme physics that we simply don't have the math to fully comprehend yet. But whether it's a terrifying flaw in the primordial fabric of the universe or the shadows of an ancient, godlike empire, the great nothing remains. It sits there in the dark, a silent reminder that we are just sitting safely on the brightly lit shores of an infinite black ocean. We have mapped the shallows, but when we stare into the deepest parts of the water, we realize we have absolutely no idea what is swimming in the deep. If you are brave enough to continue unlocking the darkest secrets and the most beautiful mysteries of the universe, hit that subscribe button right now. Let us know in the comments below. Do you think the void is empty? Or are we staring at a dark empire? Welcome to the new era of Cosmic Vault.